You have to hand it to Mark Millar. The man simply doesn't give up. His letter-writing campaign as a teenager to both comic book publishers and artists alike has become legendary, not just for its bravado, but that he actually ended up years later working with many of the people he wrote to. He made his first big splash in the comics world with the DC Elseworlds miniseries Superman Red Son, and then gained superstar status when he, along with Brian Michael Bendis, launched Marvel's initially successful Ultimate Universe. He also orchestrated Civil War for Marvel, which is about to become a pretty big movie, and also the popular story arc Old Man Logan. But while Bendis was happy to stay at Marvel and is still at Marvel, Millar had new heights to which he wanted to climb: Hollywood. He was well known for casting his comics by having his artists draw some characters to resemble famous actors. And while Samuel L. Jackson actually became Nick Fury, Eminem and Halle Berry did not go on to star in Wanted. Publishing his own independent comics since 2004 under his Millar World banner, hey, I told you, the guy dreams big, Millar had enough success with Wanted for Universal and then Kick-Ass for Lionsgate that he decided to write for Millar World full-time, where he consistently was able to land the biggest, or at least the most legendary artists in comics, probably by promising them a lucrative movie deal. Unfortunately, in the beginning, though, he wasn't able to quite deliver on that promise. Sure, Millar was BFFs with Fox, as he agreed to supervise their Marvel properties, and seemingly in exchange, they agreed to develop Millar World titles, Nemesis, Superior, and Starlight, for the big screen. Keyword, develop. And in fact, those titles might never have gotten out of development hell if not for a little movie called Kingsman The Secret Service. Yes, many thought that Kick-Ass would take Millar to the next level. There were even plans for a Hit Girl movie with the Raid's Gareth Evans set to make his Hollywood debut. Again, Millar is not afraid to just reach out to those he wants to work with. But when Kick-Ass failed to make enough money at the box office, well, it did not look good. Perhaps Kingsman The Secret Service itself might never have been made if not for Matthew Vaughn's success post-Kick-Ass with X-Men First Class. But it did get made, and after a brief scare when its release date was pushed back a few months, it finally hit theaters and changed everything. Kingsman might not have opened in first place, who could beat out sexual phenomenon 50 Shades of Grey, but it held steady for weeks at the box office worldwide, and now is actually closing in on X-Men First Class and Wanted, Vaughn and Millar's respective biggest hits to date. It's also worth noting that Kingsman was made for just half of what it cost for X-Men First Class. Colin Firth is now an action star, Taron Egerton a hot new discovery, and comic book legend Dave Gibbons got to walk all the red carpets and collect the big check. I'd imagine Mark Millar will now be able to get any comic book artist he wants whenever he wants, perhaps even some of the top artists currently employed by the big two. He also seems to be able to now get the attention of any studio he wants, as Universal just swooped in and optioned his newest comic, Chrononauts, where Millar is partnered with Scott Snyder's usual artist, Sean Murphy. Fox might be miffed they lost out on that, but then they have Kingsman 2 in their pocket. Vaughn has been very vocal about a potential— oh, spoiler alert! Seriously, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen Kingsman The Secret Service, go see it to help ensure we get this sequel, and then come back to this video, likely with much enthusiasm, as Kingsman The Secret Service is awesome. Okay, still here or just came back? Well, Vaughn assures fans that Colin Firth's Harry Hart will be able to return for a sequel. He's mum on how exactly, but he could either, 1, simply not actually be dead, happens all the time in spy movies, or 2, because this isn't that kind of movie franchise, Harry could be featured in flashbacks, or as some have suggested, have an evil twin. Hey, Kingsman is successful because it brought back some of the camp to the spy genre. Then again, maybe some of you don't want Harry Hart back, and Vaughn has said he sees Kingsman The Secret Service as a prequel of sorts to an all-out Eggsy super spy movie. So it's looking like we are going to get a Kingsman 2. Do you want one, and who do you want in it? Plus, what do you think all this will mean for Mark Millar's career and his comics going forward? Is he the secret sauce that made Kingsman so great? And I don't know about you, but I'm having a hard time getting over that lost Hit Girl movie to be directed by Gareth Evans. Be sure to share your thoughts down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.